I hope everyone is doing well as the season is starting to get warmer. I think it's very nice out there. And so yesterday we went out and played outside, and we went to actually the mall, and we haven't done that in a long time. And there was a lot of people there at the mall, so it was kind of surreal to be back in a place where there's a lot of people, and so that was just a kind of an interesting experience that I had yesterday. But today we're observing Nirvana Day, which is the day that Shakyamuni Buddha physically passed away, right? And he passed away and entered into what we call parinirvana, when his physical body perishes and he enters into nirvana. And we call that event the parinirvana. Okay, so that's what Nirvana Day is. And so I know sometimes Nirvana Day, Bodhi Day, Hanamatsuri, it's hard to get all these kind of in order, but that is the significance of Nirvana Day. Okay, and today is also the Pet Memorial Service, where we remember and reflect on the pets that we had we had the privilege of taking care of over the years. Many of us have had this experience, and I think it's important to take some time in reflecting on these individuals who have impacted our lives in one way or another. Okay? So from a Buddhist standpoint, we have to remember that all things are interconnected, right? And as all things show us the importance of life. So we are a part of everyone else's lives, as everyone else is a part of ours, okay? So people or animals, it is important to see how we are impacting the lives of those around us. When Shakyamuni Buddha, the historical Buddha, lived 2,500 years ago and died underneath the twin shala trees, that's the location where he passed away, it is said that not only humans came to mourn his death, but also animals came to mourn his death as well. Okay, so that is the significance or the connection that we can tie there. So as Buddhists, we should think about this world around us, not just as about humans, but also about the other life species that we are coexisting with as well, okay? Animals each have their own language systems, and we have to understand that just because we don't understand them does not mean they are not intelligent, nor should we think that their existence doesn't matter. And this is why when we care for an animal, we should think of its existence as very valuable. Equally so, when we take part in meals, okay, where we have taken the lives of various animals, we should also show our gratitude, right, by putting our hands together and saying "itadakimasu" and "goshitosama deshita," "goshitosama," right? Nowadays, we have a tendency to think that food is automatic, that it is our right, that it should always be available to us, right? But if history teaches us anything, it is that food is never a guarantee. So we should be grateful of the food that we receive and take time out to recognize this fact and all the efforts that have been made so that we are able to nourish ourselves. Okay, that is why we say "itadakimasu" and "gochitosama deshita." Animals have had a major impact on who you are right now. If you do sports, for example, your entire sports career is based on the backs of a protein-rich diet, much of which consists of animals that you consume, right? Just FYI. But so even plant life too, right? Even plant life, we have to be grateful for also. Grains, beans, rice, and all these things too as well. But today, let us focus on animals, okay? So in order to show the impact that animals can have on us, I'd like to read the Dharma School, a story, okay? And the book I want to show today is My Pet Wants a Pet by Elise Broach, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and read this story to everyone. It's a very cute little story. Sorry, my voice is a little bit hoarse today. Great, okay, so I'd like to read this story. My Pet Wants a Pet, okay? Course, had problems. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so once there was a boy who wanted something to take care of, something of his very own, okay? He begged and he begged and he begged his mother. Until, what do you know? She said yes. The boy loved his puppy. He fed him and played with him and cuddled him in his arms The puppy loved his boy. He licked him and jumped on him and fell asleep in his lap. They had the best time together, the boy and his pet. Such a good time, in fact, that the puppy decided he too wanted a pet. The boy's mother thought this was a terrible idea. The puppy is your pet, she said. He does not need a pet. But the boy understood that the puppy wanted something to take care of, something of his very own. And so the puppy got a kitten, a furry orange kitten. Truth be told, the boy was surprised at this choice. Dogs chase cats, he told the puppy. And the puppy did chase the kitten, but only as a game. And afterward, he let her eat from his bowl and play with his ball, and they dozed in the sun side by side. In fact, they got along so well and had so much fun together that it wasn't long before the kitten herself wanted a pet. When the boy told his mother this, she looked at him like he was crazy. That kitten is the pet of your pet. She certainly does not need a pet. But the boy and the puppy understood that the kitten wanted something to take care of, something of her very own. And so the kitten came home one day with a bird, a pretty red bird. Now, once again, this seemed like an odd choice. Cats catch birds, the boy told the kitten, and the kitten did sometimes pounce on the bird, but really, it was all in good fun. The kitten made sure that bird had water and places to fly and perch, and they got along so well and did so many marvelous things together that soon enough, what do you think? The bird wanted a pet. Now this is getting ridiculous, said the boy's mother. The bird is the pet of your pet. She does not need a pet. But the boy knew that she did. She really did. So the bird brought home a worm, a little green worm. The boy started to explain that birds eat worms, but then he decided to leave well enough alone. And the bird took such good care of that worm and was so gentle when she carried him and so quick to protect him that before long, guess what? Yes, the bird wanted a pet. What? Cried the boy's mother. That worm is the pet of the pet of the pet of your pet. He does not need a pet. But the boy knew that even a worm might need something to take care of, something of his very own. And so the worm found a flea. It was a tiny brown flea, and it hopped all over the house. Why? The worm had all trouble keeping up with it. But he followed the flea and looked after it, and soon they were the best of friends, such good friends, in fact, that in no time at all, can you imagine what happened next? That's right, the flea wanted a pet. Absolutely not, said the boy's mother. The flea is the pet of the pet of the pet of the pet of your pet. No more pets. But that didn't stop the flea, because of course he wanted something to take care of, something of his very own. So the flea decided the puppy would be his pet. Oh, life is wonderful. The boy and the puppy and the kitten and the bird and the worm and the flea were as happy as could be because they all had pets. But there was someone, a special and important someone, who wasn't happy. She wasn't happy at all. Now the boy and the puppy and the kitten and the bird and the worm and the flea were a little bit worried, right? None of them wanted to give up their pets. What were they going to do? The boy thought about this for a long time. And then he had an idea. His mother needed something to take care of, something of her very own. Because whenever you take care of something, that something takes care of you. So that is the story of this story. I forget the title already. Okay, my pet wants a pet. So when we get what we can get from this story is that when we take care of the animal, yes, we are allowing the animal to live. We give the animal food, warmth, and shelter, a loving home, right? It's very easy for us to think that we are doing something for this animal. We are taking care of the animal, right? But we eventually come to understand in time that in fact, we are actually being taken care of by the animal. We are being raised and nurtured by the animal. Let's say your pet does something wrong, like pees in the house or something, right? And you get really mad and throw a fit of rage, right? And what that pet is showing you is how easily irritated you can get and short-tempered of a nature that you might actually have, right? Or let's say you're feeling really sad and you spend time with your pet and you suddenly feel a little bit better. You are learning the power of just being together with someone. There are so many things we learn about ourselves by taking care of an animal. As a parent, when you take care of your child or children, actually we're learning much about ourselves, right? In this mutual relationship. There's that popular phrase, when a child is born, at the same time, a father is born, right? Or a mother is born. So the relationship is one of mutual dependency. It's never the case that you're doing the favor by taking care of someone. We are always being cared for by the things we take care of. And that's not just for animate things, right? Like people or animals. It's also for things too, right? As I mentioned over and over again, right? Like I mentioned, the baseball mitt from before. If you take care of the baseball mitt or baseball glove, right? You will learn that you learn baseball and the skills that come with that sport because of this baseball mitt, right? So when you understand this, you wouldn't just throw this baseball mitt around when you're done with it, right? You would take care of it. You would put it in a place of prominence or a secure place, right? You would treat it with great care and respect, right? That's what a Buddhist does. Okay. Today, through our pet memorial service, we learn that we are who we are right now, in large part because of the things and people and animals around us or our pets around us. So I'd like to invite you to think about pets, your pets who have passed away, and think about a time that they have taught you something about life. Their passing in itself is a lesson, right? A lesson of the impermanence of life, and that we should cherish our lives right here and now. But most of all, what we should keep in mind is that our pets are showing us that all beings are embraced in Amida Buddha's great compassion. And this is why we should put our hands together in Gasho for this wonderful Buddha Dharma that embraces all beings. Okay. So with that, I would like to close today's Dharma School message. Thank you very much. Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.